You know, I was stumped one day when a little boy asked, "Do you draw Mickey Mouse?" And I had to admit I do not draw anymore. Well, then you think up all the jokes and ideas. No, I said, I don't do that. Finally, he looked at me and said, "Mr. Disney, just what do you do?" Well, I said, sometimes I think of myself as a little bee. I go from one area of the studio to another and gather pollen and sort of stimulate everybody.
All right, guys, today we got our first look at Disneyland's new Walt Animatronic, and I don't think this is what they were necessarily going for. Walt Disney: A Magical Life, this is going to debut here in just a couple days. As a matter of fact, I think it debuts on Thursday. This is like the 70th anniversary of, kind of coincides with the 70th anniversary at Disneyland. You know, it opened in 1955. And I'm getting a lot of feedback, not good, some okay. Some people, and this is no disrespect to anybody that worked on this project or the Imagineers, and, a lot more work goes into these type of things than the general public knows. But this just ain't it, guys. This is, as far as, I don't want to say excuses go, but some of the reasoning out there I'm hearing is the face has so many motors in it that it is making his face almost look chunky. It's almost like we're getting an alternate reality Walt, like where maybe he had too many cheeseburgers, maybe he didn't watch his weight enough, and this is it's just off-putting and not like that magic touch I thought I assumed it was going to have. A lot of people that have been there and have seen it during testing say that it's better. The likeness and the movements are better from far off. If you look at it in the context of the whole show and where you'll be sitting at, as from like an audience standpoint, it looks a lot better. The voice, I don't know. There's people that are saying it's AI voiced over. I think that's a little tougher because we're kind of so used to hearing Walt's voice in that grainy, pre-1965, we're used to hearing his voice from the 50s, and it always has that little bit of graininess to it. And I think now, like with this, with this mastered voice that we're hearing, that's throwing people off as well. I was even teasing on X a little bit ago that this kind of looks like we ordered Walt from Temu. I don't know. Like I said, I've not, obviously seen it in person like a lot of people have. And I just think that this is just way out there. This is like the, I don't know. This is just, it's just not seem like a magical life. I was truly thinking that we were going to be a little more floored than this. It was going to have an uncanny appearance and likeness. And just the cheekbones aren't right. The eyes don't look right. The head is too large. The, kind of like the bottom of his jaws are too kind of chunky and chubby. And then, like I said, maybe it does have to do with all the little motors and little actuators in there. A lot of people are saying the animation part of this character looks incredible. Some of the people that have been there and have seen it in real life. But I just wanted to get your all's take on this. This is just not really what I was expecting. The office, all of that looks incredible. The huge map of Disneyland in the background and the files and the desk, all of that. The little lapel on his tie looks great. The suit looks great. It's just that face and head. I do not know how that got approved or who they were asking if that looked okay. I mean, you can just kind of look through the YouTube comments and the X comments, Instagram, like it's probably like, okay, for every 10 responses you see, I would say 9 of them are bad. And then you have one person that says, oh, this looks fantastic. This does not look fantastic. This is creepy, just not what I think a lot of people were expecting, and just not what I was thinking Walt Disney: A Magical Life was going to look like. But anyways, guys, I just want to get your opinion on this. Have you seen this yet? Have you got to check out the comparison to Walt, to the animatronic? Obviously, I don't think you're not going to ever get 1,000% likeness, but I thought they would just get a little closer than this. This is like Walt Disney's cousin, Joe Disney, or something. So anyways, let me know what you think. That's just my thoughts. Not a fan. Hopefully it looks better in person, and when the whole outfit is put together and you're seeing it in the context of the show. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'm SDN Wolf. I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.